What is going on, guys? You're watching Auto Bliss, and today I'm going to do this different series. Basically, I want to talk about the differences between leasing and financing. What makes you, why would you go with lease as opposed to a finance? So one of the benefits of going with lease, basically, I really like to explain it this way. Basically, when you go with lease, basically it allows you to have both options at the end of your lease. So it allows you to have the choice to switch out of your vehicle without having to worry about having to sell the vehicle in the future, right? So when you finance, you're basically paying for the entire amount of taxes on the vehicle. And so not only are you paying the entire amount of the vehicle, but also the taxes, but also the vehicle's value is depreciating over the years, right? With the lease, basically, if you do know that you do want to switch it up, you're the type of person that always likes to drive something new, then I highly recommend lease. If you're the type of person that wants to run it to the ground, then obviously probably lease wouldn't be the best choice for you. But if you're the type of person that wants to switch new vehicles, you want to be driving the latest thing, then I obviously highly recommend you go with a lease. Because it will give you that option to either stick with the vehicle that you get into, or to get out of the vehicle and switch into something newer. So that's the beauty of it. A lot of people say, oh, well, with leasing, you're basically renting a vehicle. No, you're not. I'll give you a good example. So if you were to lease a vehicle, if you were to lease an apartment per se, rent an apartment, you rent it for 3 years. And then after 3 years, you go up to that landlord and you say, hey, listen, I've been paying 3 years consistently, giving you $1,500. So I want you to sell me this property now for half the price. You can't do that. Obviously, your landlord would say you're nuts. It's not going to happen. So the nice thing about lease, though, is that the money that you're putting in towards that vehicle every single month, at the end of your lease, you have that option to actually get that vehicle, right, for basically half the price, because not half the price, but basically you have the option to pay the rest of it and it's yours. With renting, right, like you're renting an apartment, after you're done renting or doing your 2-year lease on a rent, you're not going to get that money back. It's done. It's over. It's gone. That's gone to your landlord, right? But with a lease, at least you know that those 5 years that you've put in towards those payments, towards your vehicle, is going to go towards that car, right? So yes, if you do turn it in, basically that money, you're gonna think, oh, that money's gone. No, it's not gone. Basically what happens is, if you would have gone the finance route per se, right? With the financing, you're now stuck with a vehicle. Let's say you finance the car for 5 years, you're bored out of your mind, you want a new one, a new 2025 came out, and so you want to get rid of it. Now you're stuck with a vehicle that you have to sell and that has depreciated significantly, and now the market value for that vehicle is dropped more than 80% of what it's going for in the market. So not only do you owe a certain amount of money on the vehicle, you still owe $15,000 on that vehicle, but now that vehicle is only worth $8,000. So now you're put in a position which is called negative equity. So when you're stuck in a negative equity position, this is where things start getting a little bit tough, because you start rolling over negative equity onto a newer vehicle, and then it reaches a point where you can no longer finance another vehicle. So it's really important, guys, to consider your options when it comes to financing or leasing. It's always good to have an open mind and see what your options are out there for you. So like I said, I'm not saying lease is the way to go, and I'm not saying finance is the way to go. They're both out there for you. Take a good look into all the policies in between each one. Consider your options, but like I said, with lease, the beauty of it is that it gives you that option to say, hey, listen, I'm done my lease. You know what? I actually do love this new 2025. I don't want to be paying more monthly payments on this car. I'm actually going to switch. Give you the old keys, you give me the new keys, and keys for keys, I'm out. I'm on to a new car, right? So that's the beauty of lease, right? You don't have to worry about having to now sell your car that you owe still $15,000 on, right? and try and get significantly less for it, unfortunately, because trade-in value is never going to give you market value or retail value, right? So you don't have to worry about that. There's no headaches when it comes to leasing, when it comes to that, right? Or let's say you drove the car for 5 years, you really liked it, you really enjoyed it, and you're like, you know what, I want to keep this. I really like my lease, I really like my car, I'm going to keep it, I'm going to buy it out, right? And so when you really add up the numbers on a lease and on a finance, it's very, very, very close. It's not off by that much. So basically, by going with the lease, don't think that you're renting the vehicle. You're actually basically just getting the option to get out of the vehicle without any penalties or without any issues, right? And it goes the same way. Some people might say, oh, well, if I go with a lease, and what if I hit the car? What if I get a big dent on the car? Well, it's the same thing would apply if you go with finance, right? If you ding your car, not only will that depreciate the value of the vehicle, you have to either fix it or you keep it that way and sell it with that dent. But not only does that affect also the value of the car, but now you got a headache because you got to figure that out, basically, right? Same thing with the lease. Obviously, yes, if you do damage your vehicle, you have to figure that out, right? Obviously, you have to kind of weigh your options and see, hey, the dealership is actually, offering me something. They're willing to kind of ease off on that dent. They're not going to charge me too much for it, and they're going to deal with it, right? So just wanted to do this quick video, guys, and let you know that there's options there's for you. I hope you found this video informative. If you do have any questions in regards to leasing, financing, or anything automotive related, that's basically why I built this channel, Auto Bliss, is to just give more knowledge, share my experience here in the automotive industry. I honestly truly enjoy vehicles. I love cars. I've always been in the car industry, and I've really just I have that passion to share my opinions, and I want to be able to share it with you guys. If there's any way I can help you, I don't mind making a video on it. So I hope you really guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Comment below your opinions on this video. What do you think? Do you prefer lease? Do you prefer finance? Comment it below. Love to hear from you guys. Also, share this video if you found it informative, or if you know someone that's curious as to why they should consider lease. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope to have been of some kind of help, and we'll see you until next time. Thanks so much. Take care.